Thank you. Right. Yeah, it's officially Blue Monday. Apparently, the experts have done all the calculations, and they say the third Monday of the year, which is this one, is the most depressing one of the year. Yeah, yeah, but never mind all that. It's eModels Monday, which makes it much more interesting.
Except you just said the B word, Ted. Now Scaly Models isn't going to be watching, is he?
Yeah. Yes. Welcome to Blue Monday from eModels, emodels.co.uk. Is that the right address? Yes, I think it. Yes. Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to a Monday night with us four of us: Ted, Foxx, Chris, and I, and Colin. And yeah, I nearly forgot you, Colin. I love you really in a manly sort of way.
Oh yeah. See that rugby, Ted? Mate.
See that rugby match the other night. Yeah,
Ted's doing Cockney.
Has somebody filled up Ted's gin barrel again? Has he had the gin come round?
Yes, so it's the usual roundup of fun, frolics, and mayhem. The frolics may be optional, but however,
frolics are never optional.
Yes. The dancing girls are up. Usually, we keep promising dancing girls every now and again, but we just can't get them booked. We have got dancing girls booked, but with social distancing, they're dancing outside, and there's no camera out there. So we do have dancing girls, just you can't see them.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm scared now.
I'm really quite scared
I don't know what's happening. Ted's had more energy in the last 2 minutes than he had for like the last 6 months. He's like, yes. It's just like being on BBC, on children's ITV in the 1990s.
Yeah, it's someone giving Ted a roofie.
So without further ado, we shall go across to Foxx for the terms and conditions. And I did notice that Foxx is trying to look a bit cool and he's got the t-shirt on. Yeah.
Well, I remember it's a good. I've remembered that it's a good way for me to look less fat. So.
Yeah. I think we should be allocated different colours so you can tell us apart. So.
I've got flesh.
I put the hairy shirt on.
I've just got Ted's doing the Royal Navy white t-shirt and
I've got me Wookiee shirt on.
All right, I'll catch up on what's going on in the chat because it's over here and I can't see it.
I've not got terms and conditions yet. I'm still waiting.
We'll now go across to Foxx for the terms and conditions. Go.
You've already been across to me for about half an hour. Oh, yes, welcome everyone. It is eModels Monday. It's your show. It doesn't really matter what we do here on the screen. It's really just a chance for you guys to hang out and chat. But it's brought to you by eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop. There's a lot of finger action going on tonight. One-stop shop for all your, I'll rephrase that, for all your model making needs. Now, of course, this is your show. It's all about the live. I can see Colin laughing. It's all about the live chat. So if you are watching this, we do have a live chat. It's not here on the screen, but it's there. It's just over there somewhere, I think.
Well disguised, Ted.
Yeah, it's over there. Do come and join the live chat. If you're watching this and you can't see the live chat, you need to be on YouTube. So make sure to click the little YouTube icon that's down here, bottom right. It's over there somewhere in the bottom right corner of the video player.
I think it's down below me.
It's just under Ted's left moob, I think. It should be under there somewhere with the potato rind and the bit of sandwich. But have a look under there. Click. I need to click the moob button then. Click the YouTube button. It's all gone wrong. Can we just start again? Click the YouTube.
Behave yourself.
Rutley's off.
Yeah.
Give us 2 minutes. We'll get the spider.
Go stand outside and come back when you're better behaved.
Yes. Anyway, click the YouTube button. It'll take you to the YouTube page where you can join in the YouTube live chat as well as watching at the same time. If you are watching this and you do have the chat, this is all about you guys. You need to give us stuff to talk about because Lord knows we need your help. So feel free to ask us questions. It doesn't have to be about model making. This is a show by eModels.co.uk, but it's probably not going to contain much about model making at all. But if you want to ask us model making questions, please do. Or you can ask us anything you like. No religion, no politics. Anything else is fair game. Put your question in big fat capital letters or
bold.
Bit slow there, Ted. Bit slow off the mark. Yeah, big fat capital letters, so we have a chance to see it. Or you can, if you want to, do a super chat, which is just by clicking the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That'll put your comment in the colour box, and it'll make that noise when Ted makes that noise. I'm giving up now. It'll put your comment in the colour box so we have a chance to see it. But if not, just put it in capital letters. And please take the screen off me now. I need to go and hide for 5 minutes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it should be, and you can go to super chat. Like, it should be like that. It should be. Yeah,
a week from now, Ted will be like, "Oh, my finger really hurts."
Yeah.
Oh, God.
See, if I do that,
Possibly
it's not the
can go
same. It
wrong.
just goes, and everybody goes deaf for a second. Then my camera won't.
Oh, that's a better one. If I flick it and don't hit it with a Yeti microphone, that's a Yeti microphone. And
Oh, those pies are on.
Anyway, here we go. Right, yes. So it's all weekend, and we can move over now. Now we've done the official bit, the serious bit.
Wait, that was the official bit. Crikey.
Oh, was it? Oh, God, I stand no chance, do I?
Now, if Colin can stop his chuckling,
I'll be all right as long as a certain person who's also wearing an hat doesn't veg in the corner there. What are we on me for? Oh, yeah, the factoid.
We'll go across for the factoids. Festus factoids of the fact of the week.
Absolutely, folks. Yeah. And this one's a good one, actually, this one. Because there's some big words in it that I'm going to have a go at. Yeah, I know.
Words or
the factoid, or the science factoid, is Legionnaire's disease.
Oh, jolly cheerful.
Jolly cheerful stuff on Blue Monday, I thought. So in 1977, scientists at the Centers for Disease Control, coincidentally called the CDC, in America, first announced that they had sufficient laboratory evidence to implicate a bacterium as the cause of Legionnaire's disease, now named Legionella pneumoplia. There you go. I think that's what it's called. It's spelt Pneumoplia. Pneumopula. Is that pneumopula?
We're not going to help you at all.
Oh, is it?
It's like psychiatrist.
So if I just go, that sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Silent F in swimming pool.
And there was an outbreak of this disease in Philadelphia with an F.
Philadelphia.
Legionellas. No, Legionellas.
Legionellas. Yeah. It's well, we just invented a new disease.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's an outbreak of it in Philadelphia in 1976. Should we go to the serious bit of births? Stop it in the corner. I can see you. You rotten bleeder, you. Right, we've got births, Chris. Births, mate. On this day, in 1888, a bloke called Sir Thomas Octave Murdoch Sopwith was born. There you go.
Did he have a camel?
Yeah, he was, but coincidentally, he was an English aircraft designer. Oh, that'd be the bloke who did the yeah. Yeah, the Sopwith camel, coincidentally. And he done all of that with a bloke called Fred Sigrist. There you go. And it later got bought out by Harry Hawker, Harry Hawker with H's. So yeah, there you go. So that's the Harrier. Coincidentally, cute Harrier. See, one of them.
Colin, don't ever pre-read your things because it's funnier if you don't.
Oh, what?
Don't ever pre-read your facts and things.
No, I'm sitting here looking at this, thinking, why on earth am I choosing these people? We got a German. This is still a birth, mate. We got a German physiologist known as the founder of modern embryology. Inferior generationists.
It's a funny name.
And his name was Caspar Friedrich Wolf, and he was born on this day in 1734. We got some deaths now. Oh my God!
Death of the week.
Serious, Mark. Serious.
I can do this. Well, no. This bloke was a German biochemist, Adolf Friedrich Johann Buttendant even.
Oh, you like Button.
And he won the 1939 Nobel Prize for Chemistry for sex hormones. There you go. Who? What? Eh? Yeah, all of that lot. We had another one. Where is he gone? He says scrolling down, looking like he's not scrolling down, by the way. We had a Doris somewhere. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Nora Stanton Black Barney died on this very day in 1971 at the ripe old age of 87. She was an American civil engineer whose professional and political activities built on her family's tradition of women leaders. There you go. So that's your deaths, mate.
One of these days, you're going to go start reading one of these and be like, and he was an evil dictator who killed millions. Oh,
yeah. I tried to. How can I say, scoot over political people because I don't want to do politics because that's not what we're about.
No, but you'll come across like some really evil scientists because not pre-reading is great fun for us, but one day you are going to trip up and like be like,
yeah,
killed millions of people with plagues and
yeah. I try not to, if that makes sense. If I see something that's a bit moody about, I might just skip over it. Yeah, a bit dodgy.
Yeah. Now, someone has developed a hat scenario here, I think.
Yeah, that went really well.
Yes, thank you for that, Col. Thank you for that.
That's all right, Tip.
Yeah, we look
appeared in one of the quadrants.
Yeah, you're missing something on your canister, Ted.
I've got my pilot hat.
Yeah, I haven't got a hat.
Pork pie. Chris has got a
hang on.
Yeah, go on, mate. You know you want to.
Ted's just got his natural Dickie Davis going on.
There you go.
There you go. G'day, bro.
G'day, boss.
This is Sir Tedward Attenborough.
Here in the eModels store.
Yeah, it's just too. Yeah, it's too small. It makes me head itch. It's because my hair's grown out with. That could be the problem. It's because of the lockdown of all my hairs.
Your head's tape back. Get it back, heat.
Right, yeah. So it's over to everyone else now. Yeah,
get to sleep now. Bye.
Yeah, we always have the belly and bench. So what's on the bench? Excuse me, and what's in your belly? Homemade fish and chips tonight for me. Yeah, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
And what's on your bench, Ted? You missed half of it out. Not that we care about the bench bit, really.
Yeah, look. Yeah. Yeah, I think what it is, Chris just can't get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, Chris really can't. He's given up years ago.
Yeah.
While you were doing your births and deaths and birth hatch, matched and dispatched there, Colin, Amber Jane Young bizarrely says, "I'm just writing our risk assessment for Legionnaire's disease at work. I cannot get away from it."
I know. See,
so you picked a good choice there.
And my pronunciation must have really helped you and all that.
Yeah, because you've got to add all the extra letters now.
I've got to create a new variant of Legionella. Yeah. Yeah.
Legionella with a bit of sprinkles.
I've made some tweaks. Apparently, I might have been muted, but now I'm not.
Okay, can everybody hear Chris?
So do let me know that you can hear me. After Graham said we can't hear you. So I'm aware that was before I tweaked.
Yeah.
And now I've tweaked again. And we will have to wait 15 seconds to find out if it actually goes through. But they could all hear me. And I didn't say anything important, so it's fine. You can ignore me quietly. I'll just sit in the corner.
In the interest of transparency, or transparency, as Colin might say, Chris is trying some new buttons out tonight, a whole new way of doing things, which means it's probably all going to fall over and break. So
yeah, they can all hear you now, Chris.
Yeah.
It's more of a sideways step than a whole new way of doing things. It's branching into, in theory, making things easier for me, but the first week might be a little bit up in the air. But there is a reason that I'm doing it, and the reason is because next week Foxx has got the buttons.
Yeah, is it going to help you though? Training Foxx
it'll help
for
me.
buttons?
And at the moment, I'm priming the audience for the ineptitude that is to arrive next week.
Did I nothing?
Because it's going to go completely and utterly wrong, in it, and he's going to just sit there going, "It's OBS's fault."
I can neither confirm nor deny that, of course, that next week will be a living hellscape nightmare. It will be a living hellscape nightmare, but we'll get through it together.
Yeah, you can't throw a sickie either.
And the good thing is, if I'd get kicked, like I always fall out of the thing every time. If I do, Ted has the buttons as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that won't help because it's not Ted's going to be doing the streaming.
No, that's true.
I haven't got the buttons tonight because
no, not tonight.
No. I mean, next week, if I fall out, for example, if Ted can at least do the switching round of the screens.
But nobody will be able to see it.
No, there is that. Yeah, it's all going to go wrong.
I'm sure you won't fall out when you're running it. I'm sure it'll be fine. It can't possibly be worse.
I'm just completely confused with technical things.
Still, what I'm doing, Ted, just sit here and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Just do what I've been doing all night so far and sit here quietly and not let anybody hear what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just mime and then people think I'm muted. So,
right, we do have some bench and bellies. Gaz Wilcox has a question first. There may be questions before that, but I haven't noticed them. If you do want to post, though, don't forget, if you want to get our attention, post questions, please put them in capital letters at the very least, the whole thing, so we have a chance, because we're all a long way from our chats, from our iPads and our other things that we have the chat on. So, especially Ted, who's got his chat on a computer in a different room. So, please do put them in capital letters and stuff, just so we have a chance to see them. But Gaz Wilcox says, question. I'm going to be spraying some ammo MIG paint for the first time. At what PSI do you suggest, and do they need any thinning? Very simple. Yes, most acrylic paints need some amount of thinner.
However, I do find that MIG don't actually need thinning. They come out of my airbrush quite nicely.
Yeah, that's right. So you might be all right. Well, check it first. I mean, it may well be that's the case. But the golden rule with don't worry about thinning ratios. The golden rule is as long as it's about the thickness of skim milk, that's all you need to worry about. If it's about the thickness of skim milk, you're good to go. And your PSI, again, don't listen to people that say you need a specific PSI, because that's nonsense. It depends on your airbrush, your hose, your compressor, what temperature it is, what the humidity is, what the paint is, what the color is. Just aim for acrylic paints at the consistency of skim milk to be somewhere between probably 15 to 18 psi, maybe 20 at the most. You probably don't need to go lower than 15, and you shouldn't really need to be going higher than 18 or 19 psi. Somewhere between that, you'll find the perfect match for your setup. But skim the milk and start at 15 and work your way up, and you'll find it. The trick with ammo paints, they are nothing like any other acrylic paint. One thing to remember is you cannot do anything but you must do a misty coat and then flash it off with air, do a mist coat, flash it with air, do a mist coat. You cannot do a thick coat of paint with ammo paints. They're a bit tricky. They're really good paints, but they're not for the beginner. You cannot go thickly. If you go thickly, you'll get orange peel and it'll be shiny. So always build ammo paints up in thin, misty coats and build up the paint slowly. Don't just go with the paint because it'll look like absolute garbage. Build it up slowly. I mean, you should do anyway, but you have to with ammo paints.
Yeah, I've got it, as you can see, I've got a sort of a shelf full of them, and brilliant paints. I love them because they go on really nice. But Foxx says, misty coat. If you don't, you'll get a sort of orange peel effect, and you'll show people on Facebook, and they'll say, "Oh, it's because you've got grease on your model, and you need to wash it," and you don't. It's the paint. It's not like Tamiya, and it's not like Vallejo or anything like that. It's different use. Yeah, it's different.
You'll hear us say quite often. It sometimes seems like we're saying you shouldn't use ammo paints. They are really, really nice paints. They're just not for the beginner, or not for the beginner unless you know or you've been told how to use them. Because a lot of people think they're just like every other paint, spray them on, and then they go, "Oh, it looks terrible." Yeah, you've done it wrong. So you have to treat them specifically that way. Thin, misty coats, you'll be as good as gold.
That's good.
Tim Young says, I had sausage and mash for dinner with red wine. On the bench is making a Czech Air Force MiG-21 vignette.
Now remember, we want to know all the filthy details of the food. We don't really not bothered about the model on the bench because it's just numbers and letters to us, but do tell us anyway. It's really the
Is a vignette just a small diorama?
Yeah,
like a little bit of a scene, like a bit of a scene.
Yeah,
You
Sergeant,
might have like the guy working on the engine and a bit of the bonnet.
Sergeant Bones had bovine flesh, lightly seared with assorted roots and tubers. Bench. He says he can't find his bench.
Tuber.
Is it a dry tube or a moist tube?
Moist.
90,000 ostriches.
Mama
said
Fox
bench. Yeah,
I get
90,000 ostriches has got a bench, a battleship, belly, roasted vegetable pizza. Roasted, yeah, I suppose that's sort of telling us what's on the top. You can't put much else on roasted vegetable pizza. It won't be happening again, though, he says.
Nothing wrong with roasted veggie pizzas. I like occasionally. Like
As long as you had meat to it, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Stu Pot says belly, place, and chips. Bench. Yes, my new bench. Just a little Roca Prime steam excess. I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, excuse me, folks. I've got to sort of drop out for 5 minutes. All right. I'll come back.
Got to refill your chip.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll be back.
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on.
Don't know, but he's not gone yet. You know you're still there, Ted.
Yeah, it's all right.
Paul Lyons. Go on, Chris.
I was just going to say that the Rocker Prime Steam Express. I've done some of these wooden kit things. Have been Rocker. That's the make of them. Are they doing? Is that one of them things?
Is it the locomotive?
Yeah. I would assume. I don't know, but
I'm glad you said that because I just saw the stream of words and thought I don't know. I know what the words mean by themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Same one of the wooden. I know what you mean. Yeah, they're quite cool. Paul Lyons says belly, spaghetti bolognese, and cheesy garlic bread. Cheesy garlic bread. Bench coming at 1:30 for the Universal Bren Carrier. Ted knows all about.
For some reason I saw that as cheeky garlic bread, but
cheeky garlic bread.
Can't beat a bit of cheeky garlic bread, eh?
Ted can give us lots of information about the Universal Bren Carrier, can't you? Oh, never mind.
Graham McRobert, belly, lamb chops in mint sauce with a side salad. Bench, a Revell 132nd Spitfire Mark 5 has crashed into the bin.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Let us imagine why.
Not so good.
I've imagined why. Let's move on.
Stupid says, Chris, do you have to shout? I should be about the same level as these guys, so do let me know if there are problems though. But don't mess about because I do need to know if there is a problem.
Yeah.
William Rayborn says dinner tonight will be homemade taco salads. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Road trip.
Paul Lyons says, why do I have the feeling that next week's stream may be cancelled? No, it will go ahead. It will go ahead. It'll be very good and it'll probably be terrible.
Yeah, this is going to be the last eModels stream in this current format because he has got the buttons that way. Yeah.
You're all doomed. You're all doomed. Oh, no, Captain Manley.
Emma Jane Young, belly, apple pie and pork sausages with mash. Bench, a Toontank Sherman in Russia. What's that? Lend-Lease colours. There you go.
What that means. Good at primetime modelling. Belly, leftover chicken casserole from yesterday. Leftovers are always good. Bench, a break from the Niki Lauda Ferrari, painting a 3D printed Mandalorian.
Oh, good shout. I've got one of them to do.
Lend-Lease was when we and the Americans gave the Russians lots of equipment and the Americans gave us lots of equipment. So I think it means we sent it over there in like some basic scheme and they repainted it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Primetime Modelling says belly leftover chicken casserole.
I've just done that one. You know that one that I just did? That was that one.
Colin,
you've done a
Primetime Modelling one.
Primetime Modelling, leftover chicken.
We'll let Ted read it when he comes back.
Graham M.
Graham M says belly, mustard and code. Again. 3, 2, 1, back in the room. Graham M says belly, mustard and cider braised pork with rusty potato cakes. Hang on, I've got to read that properly. Ready? Mustard and cider braised pork with rusty potato cakes.
Nice.
The bench I'll look at tomorrow, he says.
Good shout.
Was that a bit intimate? That
that was like Whispering Bob had made a comeback, mate. Wayne Haywood, bench to me a 35th scale SAS Jeep. Belly, chicken nuggets and chips.
Get in. Good food.
John Stone has spare ribs and building the Trumpy 1/16 Panzer IV Alpha.
I think that's the one, nice. Isn't it? The one with the big parts.
I think it is, yeah.
Almost as big as a Bane.
Stephen Hill Harris, bench. He says he's a 1/6 Sopwith Strutter. So Belly's baked bean, fish, and broiled beans in white sauce and mashy taters.
Who made the sop with Cole?
That geezer Sutcliffe, Sopcliffe even.
That geezer Sutcliffe.
Oh, mate. Yeah, don't be
And his
like
mate
that.
Harry.
You're right,
Harry.
Mark, aren't you?
Oh,
Anders
mate.
Erickson says, Belly diet day had chicken salad for lunch, nutrition drink, coffee, and fruit tonight. Bench Panzer 4 get more panel lines and dirt for each week. Not had so many hours at the bench, to be honest. We're going to expect like 1 billion photographs of this when it's finished, Anders, because you've been looking at it for years. It's got to be like,
Yeah, absolutely.
It was still in service when he started it.
I expect you to have hand carved every single rivet from like marble.
Nipping down to Stewpot, he says, you're a tad louder than everyone else, just to be techie. So I've quieted myself down a touch, so hopefully I'm about the same as them now. Although, if I get excited, I might speak a little bit louder.
Stewpot also says, yes, you are correct, but these are clearly delusional. So.
Yeah, I would think I forgot what I was correct about when I said something else. But
Edward Leonard says, baked potato. Wow.
Did he really? Did he say that?
A baked potato. What's one of them, mate?
Baked potato. Baked potato and pork chops from Edward Leonard. But no mention of what's on his bench.
No.
We don't really mind about that bit, do we?
Yeah.
Fine.
Donald
McKenzie, Belly spicy chicken pizza with peppers and chili. Bench a small Revel Darth Vader TIE fighter.
For some reason, I always hear Donald Mackenzie in my mind in a Scottish accent.
Oh.
Probably because
Donald Mackenzie.
Yeah, Clarky in the belly is a vegetable curry, potatoes, carrots, green beans, and stuff. In chip shop, curry sauce, and on the bench is a master grade custom sniper mobile suit. Get in there.
You did the custom gem, didn't you, Kirk?
I did. I did an urban camo decal wrap on it, and I haven't been able to find him since, mate.
Yeah, is that because all your walls are painted in like digital?
Yeah, I've got the same wallpaper, and he's like that.
I don't know. Yeah, that particular mobile suit, that particular gunpla kit does lend itself to kind of urban camo design. It's really quite good.
Yeah, I may have the Zaku sitting there in the basket waiting.
Ooh, perfect grade. Ooh.
I
may have convinced Donald. I didn't call you Donald.
Yeah, that's my middle name, coincidentally.
Going well.
From now on, we're going to call you Donald and speak to you only in a Scottish accent. Donald.
Yeah.
Yes, I may have suggested because Colin was talking about maybe doing a big sort of perfect grade gunpla because you've done a few gunpla.
Well, I've got that Kshatriya one to do, haven't I?
You have. But he was saying I might do a perfect grade, and I said you might want to look at the perfect grade Zaku. I think that would suit you down to a T.
Yeah,
I think because they're supposed to be scruffy and battered. They're grunt suits. They're mass production suits. They're like Russian tanks. They're not.
For me, they don't take up a lot of real estate, and dare I say it, you may have lured me in. So yeah.
Yes, more because they're supposed to be kind of cheaply made, rusty nonsense. They're not shiny things. So it's got the big boomstick as well, which is good.
Absolutely, mate.
Chrissy Mon 1001 has lasagna and garlic bread in the belly, and not much of the bit.
Ooh, I forgot to say, by the way, I had proper northern chip shop curry rice and chips with little sausage today for my dinner. Curry rice and chips.
And what's on your bench?
Baneblade.
Baneblade of goodness, yeah.
You can't say it because it's there, isn't it? Baneblade. I finished building it. I'm just going to put it away now for months until I can get ready.
Yeah, you're just going to pick on me when I start mine, ain't you? Going, oh, I would have glued that on first.
We were joking about this before we went live. I'm going to be watching Colin build his and be sitting there going, I want to build another one. I want to build another one.
You could just take your one apart and build it again.
I mean, I will build another one when eModels gets more Games Workshop stock in the later on this year. Because obviously the world being on fire means they've not been able to get.
Yeah, it's kind of delayed stuff a little bit, but it's on the horizon, isn't it?
So when they do get more in stock, you can guarantee I will do an eModels build video of a Baneblade.
Yeah.
Talking about eModels build video.
Yes. Look at that.
I'll put myself on a bigger screen. Hang about. I've got to do it left-handed now because I'm holding this to my right hand. I'll move that there and press that there.
Oh, look at
There
that.
we go.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
That is mint, mate, isn't it?
That is the
Spindly goodness.
Benz, yeah. Patent motor wagon 1886, which coincidentally is the same year that Coke started.
Oh, interesting factoid, mate.
I should do a quick factoid picture.
Yeah.
Yes, I have finished building it today. So the video will be editing and uploading to eModels later this week.
Yeah, there's going to be a plethora of eModels videos because I'm doing my editing. I think Ted's got one in editing as well, isn't he? So
my next one will be the Canis Rex Imperial Knight, but I'm waiting on the guys at eModels to get more stock of the models and paints before I do it. Because it might be in hiatus at the minute. I can't do anything for them just yet.
Yeah. I finally got some diorama bits turn up that I'd been waiting for, so I can now get on and finish the last episode.
If you did a diorama based on a 1980s children's TV, you could make a Dramarama diorama.
Especially if it had Bananarama in it, because then you could have a banana. Yeah.
A Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama.
There you go.
Anybody outside the UK is like, what?
Notice how I left you to say that because,
I wasn't going to jump in at all.
Absolutely. Oz Scale Modelling says, Belly, toast and Vegemite for breakfast.
I think someone's in Australia.
On the bench is USS Arizona 1200 doing the railings. Oh, that sounds interesting. Swear box.
Graham M tells me that it's the first car. Yes, it's the first production car, apparently. There were cars before it, but only like one-offs. This is the first general production car.
I'm going to push the boat out a bit, and I'm going to guess that Oz Model Making having Vegemite is possibly Australian. G'day, bro.
It would seem
I would hazard a guess, Fox. What gave that away to you, mate?
Yeah, the words.
Is that Colin's hands that talking just above that? Is that so he gets away with his finger words?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
in the belly,
not guilty, mate.
Revel 148 bow fighter.
Not guilty, mate.
You don't often see a bow fighter kit, do you?
George Taylor, Belly, nice bowl of chili with cheddar cheese melted on the top, and on the bench is spilt bits of chili.
Good girl. You're not making a mess, you're doing it wrong.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Scale Model Muse has sneaked in and sat down, but she never gets away with it because she writes it out in the chat. So
yeah,
as ninjas go, you're kind of not very good.
Absolutely.
Paul Line says, Fox and Colin, I want you to say the Bananarama thing 3 times in a row. What? Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama?
Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama.
Bananarama, diorama, Dramarama. I got them the wrong way around.
Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama.
Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama.
Bananarama, Dramarama, diorama.
I love the way your mouth gets smaller.
I'm glad I didn't get told to do that, so I just sit here quietly. It's fine.
Colin, your mouth was getting smaller and smaller. Go on, your turn, Chris. You've got to do it.
No, I wasn't told to, so that's fine. I'll sit here quietly. Oz Scale Modelling does say, "G'day, guys." So that's another leaning towards being Australian.
Like, right.
Yeah.
Sergeant Bow says, Colin getting all posh now with plethora and such.
I know.
Mm.
I know.
If they all built some dinosaurs, they could have a pletherosaurus.
Yeah. Reading a thesaurus.
That you can't see because they're tiny.
Yeah,
I've got
dinosaurs.
Parasaurolophus and a stegosaurus.
A parrot. What?
Parasaurolophus. I like Parasaurolophus.
The Raging Modeler is here. A bench, Martisan Bone Reaper, and Orcs. Belly, I had crunchy nut cornflakes this morning. You should eat something else during the daytime. At night time now, you should have eaten a couple of times during the day.
Absolutely.
I had what did I have for breakfast? I had oops for breakfast this morning. What are the Cheerio things?
What, oops with an H?
Oops with an H, yeah. They've been in the plastic cereal tub for like about 3 months, so they're a bit...
Don't beat your box of tea bags then, no?
No, if anybody who doesn't watch my own personal streams, I had occasion to go into one of the kitchen cupboards yesterday to look for a tin of custard to have with the golden syrup pudding, because we thought we had some tins of custard, but we don't. But I had to pull all the tins out. I was going to ask if you found the custard. No, I didn't find the custard, but I had to pull all the tins out of this. I was pulling out tins of soup. We've got like 400 tins of tomato soup that I don't like. I don't know why we've got all that. Tins of soup and beans and all. And then I'm like, oh, there's a big massive biscuit tin in the back where it's a Tetley tea tin, like a tea tin. So I'm like, okay, don't remember ever seeing that. So I pulled it out. I need a tin for various things, so I'll keep that. What's in it? Oh, it's got some tea bags in it. And it had a cardboard box. It was like it came with the tin. So I pulled the tea bag box out and it's like, best before October 2000. I'm like, man, they're old. Not going to try one of these tea bags. I'll just put them in the bin.
I'm pretty sure tea bags would be all right.
Mate, I think they would have been all right, mate. They might have been a bit strong, but I think they're drinkable.
They smelled all right, but we don't do tea. We do Barry's tea nowadays. So.
But you might 10-year-old Tetley might be better.
20-year-old
20-year-old Tetley might be better.
Vintage, isn't it? like, you know, one of those posh bottles of vino, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did start a thing though online because somebody sent me a photograph of their Skittles from 1993.
Oh,
But I
that's a
counted
good
that
shout.
with my can of cherry Coke that ran out in 1988.
Yeah.
I kept that deliberately.
Good man.
Where's Ted? Says Mayhem. I don't know. He had to wander off and do something, but now he's gone.
Yeah, he did say he had to go. He just said he might be 10 minutes or so, but
Yeah.
we'll find out when he gets back. We'll grill him as to where he's been and if he's
I suspect there's
got a
possibly
note and
involving a
stuff.
cat and a furball, perhaps, or maybe Mrs. Ted and a spider or something. I don't know. Now, before we do anything, before we carry on, I have a serious thing to read.
Oh dear.
I have a serious. It is actually a serious thing. As you know, I'm gonna get the words up on screen, so I won't be looking at the camera. And I hate it when people don't look at the camera, but I've not got an auto cue. But I have a thing to read, and I can't find it.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
professional.
Yeah.
Take it off me for a minute, Chris. I've got to find it yet.
But you, I was all ready with the thing because you
was,
the
then I
thing and
realised
the
not
thing
to- I
and the
didn't-
box.
Yes, this is a public
stuff.
service announcement.
Yeah, we
I haven't
get
got a
public
button for
funding.
that.
That's why we're terrible.
Could be worse, mate. I could be doing it.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
that
be
would
more
go
interesting.
Well. Could you imagine me doing the daily press release at Whitehall?
We'd make you foreign secretary or something.
I think I should be the Prime Minister's spokesman, mate. I'd be good at that.
I've not found
You'd
it.
be
yet.
all right.
You have to bear with me.
Is it still in Skype?
I've got. Oh, here we go. Right. So yes. So,
Are you ready now?
It's just a quick update on eModels service. Obviously, right now, with coronavirus and everything else in UK being in lockdown, things are a bit up in the air. Now, if you remember last year, eModels were able to stay open, and they are still open. So what I'm going to do is I had to record the message for the phone service for PeteMate today, because while they're busy dealing with orders, the public counter and the phones are switched. Well, public counter's closed, and the phones are switched off, and there's a message that plays when you call them because they haven't got time to do the phones and emails and orders and everything else. So they're having to streamline. So I'll just to save time, I'm just going to read out what that message is. It just kind of explains it. Let me just put it on word wrap. It says, basically.
Does it start with the side? Does it? Tell me it starts with the side when you're up to the phone.
Says, hello, and thank you for calling eModels.co.uk. Deep sigh. Basically saying if you're calling about an order, this is kind of angled towards people calling to chase their order. At the moment, basically, orders are only being processed through eModels.co.uk. They're not taking phone calls or anything like that. You can't request things by email. Basically, due to the current coronavirus pandemic and lockdown, we are taking orders but are operating with less staff to ensure that our team stays safe and adhere to lockdown restrictions. While many of you are stuck at home, we are seeing a massive increase in orders being placed. As a result, we are prioritizing the processing, packing, and shipping of orders over everything else. Our warehouse and premises are closed to the public, and this phone line, the one that you would call normally, is closed and no longer monitored for the time being. We have always taken pride in being fast, efficient, and reliable, but with current exceptional demand and less staff, you may experience some delays with your order, and we are receiving a lot of emails asking for updates on orders. Responding to all these emails takes us away from processing orders and leads to greater delays. We ask all our customers to please be patient as possible and trust that once their order is placed, it will be picked, packed, and shipped as soon as it possibly can be. Please be aware that your order may show as dispatch once we have picked and packed your items, and you may receive a tracking reference, but this is an automated process. As soon as they've picked the parts and the things you've ordered, it generates the thing saying, here's your tracking number, because normally it gets posted out the next day. However, it's an automated process and you will not be able to see any tracking progress until the courier has actually collected your parcel, which may take a bit longer than normal. It may be they pick your order, but it might not actually get to the courier till the next day or the day after. So if you get the tracking number, don't panic if a couple of days later it's still not done anything. It just means it hasn't been collected yet. Please also note that once you have received these notifications, we cannot amend your order in any way. Until everything returns to normal, to help keep everything moving as fast as possible, we ask you to assume for the time being that non-urgent emails will not be dealt with and that you avoid mailing us unless absolutely necessary. Hopefully soon we can all return to normal and get things up to their normal speed. But until then, all of us are here at eModels. Thank you for your patience and continued custom. Now stay safe and go make something awesome. So it's just basically saying that right now, while the entire world's on fire, They're on limited staff. They're not fully staffed. They can't have everybody in there because that would be in breach of COVID regulations. It may only be 1 or 2 of them in there at best. So they've experienced a massive demand in orders because we're all stuck at home. We're all hobbying to fill the time. So please be patient. If you do place an order, give them a chance to pick it and pack it. It might take longer than normal. They're normally fairly fast and speedy. And they don't like taking longer to do orders, but they have like 1,000 orders coming in one day, at one point on one day, and there's only a couple of them there. So do give them a chance. If you place the order, please just take it on faith and take it on trust that it will get dealt with, picked, packed, and shipped out. It just may take longer than you normally used to. It's not poor service. It's literally, they've got to keep the guys safe. So please be patient. If you are waiting for your order, please don't mail them to say, where's my order? Because while they're dealing with your email, they're not picking your order. And if they get 1,000 emails saying, where's my order? That's James, mate, and the other guy's not picking orders, and everybody else gets even more delayed. So please just be patient. Only mail them if it's absolutely necessary. Otherwise, they'll never get anything done. But thank you. Don't forget, of course, we don't actually work for eModels, so we're just passing this on. We're not the employee of eModels. I've got a runny nose as well.
They're doing the best they can with the resources they've got, aren't they, at the end of the day? And like I say, we're all at home. So we're all going to send orders in, we're all going to chase orders and that, but there's only normally one person there at a time, isn't there?
I mean, not that these are the actual numbers, but imagine you've got a warehouse where there's, say, 5 people picking 300 orders a day, and now you've got 2 people picking 1,500 orders a day. Everybody's then mailing because
the maths don't work like that, do they?
Yeah. And then, of course, everybody's then mailing saying, where's my order? It's been 3 days, and then they can't do everything. That's why they've had to turn the phone off. So
it's just been a little bit patient, isn't it? That's all, mate.
I know all the people watching know all that, and they're all really good people. Just anybody else who hasn't watched before, just be patient with them. They will get you.
Anybody that isn't watching, then pay attention to that. Yeah,
pay attention to what Ted just said.
Paul Lyons says, fair play, people should use common sense. There will be delays on orders, just live with it.
Unfortunately, I've worked in retail myself. I think you have as well, one of you, haven't you?
I used to run a retail warehouse, and
I still do when I'm allowed to.
I mean, you could literally be standing at the counter on fire, and the warehouse behind you could be on fire, and there'd be a customer there complaining they haven't had their order.
Oh yeah, so you used to get it all the time.
So just please be patient. They're all lovely guys. They're normally really fast.
It'll get there.
Yes. It even says when you email them or you get the automated reply back for placing, it even says, "Hi, we're understaffed and I'm actually sleeping in the office." So So please be patient.
That's just during the daytime, though, isn't it? It's not at night. It goes home at night. It just comes in for sleep.
Yeah. Mayhem Modelwork says James Mate and Pete Mate are running around like dervishes as it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Raging Modeler is eating cereal again.
I mean, they're busy,
at
normal times, Foxx, aren't they, when we've been there? And obviously in this current situation, it's tenfold almost, isn't it?
What I would say as well is if at the moment where a lot of people, they get a lot of mail saying, hey, how do I apply this paint? Or what's the best thing for this kit? Or what color do you recommend? They can't really deal with those emails right now. They're going to ignore those emails. Not because they're bad, but just because they can't afford to spend that time. So if you do have a question like that, post it up on the eModels Facebook page. Or not that we would normally recommend this, but Facebook, my Facebook group, the Model Makers Boom on Facebook. Again, ask a question in there, become a member in there and ask a question. There's 4,000 people in there that'll happily answer your question and take the pressure off the guys' emails. We don't normally promote our own stuff, but
there's enough people in the community that'll help people out in there at the end of the day.
Now, more importantly, Ted, demand answers. It's not the finger of shame, it's the finger of demanding answers.
It might not be answers. No, he might not have answers for us. It might be personal problems.
There were just issues. So
that's enough of an answer for us.
All right. Where are we up to? Sorry, doesn't miss much.
We was killing time till you got back, buddy.
All right, that's all right then. Yes, I've been trying to catch up with the chat, going through the chat.
Foxx just done the eModels announcement about a little bit of leeway with customer orders.
I thought,
so basically, we're busy. Leave it out.
Yeah, leave it out. Yeah, I thought
Cool, that was good, Ted. I'm getting impressed, mate. I might have to send you a pork pie out, mate.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of your streams, Cole. That's what
Cheers,
it is.
guys.
I'm picking it up. It's like when you go to Australia, you pick up the lingo. You know what I mean, Bruce?
I've noticed is when you was in me chat.
Kangaroos and koalas and
well, we did have an Australian chat. I think Ted's just seen him off now, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oz. Ted does that from time to time.
Yeah.
Speedy Correa says, I placed an order 5 minutes ago and I've not received it yet. I'm going to complain.
Good man.
You get customers like that. Here's another thing. If you place an order and you forget to add something to it, don't mail them and say, hey, I forgot to just place another order. If they get 2 orders from you, they'll see both of them
usually they're pretty good at picking it up and they see 2 orders.
Don't mail them and say, please, can you add? Because by the time they read the email, you'll have had your order for like 2 weeks. So just place another order. If you've got something wrong in the order, you just have to live. Right, for the time being, we'd say, please just live with it. Unless it's really, really like you just ordered something for family.
Now's the ideal time to get the door ordered because it can be delivered and it's blast, I made a mistake. I'll send it back when it's all over. But as it's here, well, I might as well put it anyway.
I was about to say, unless you've accidentally put the door in your shopping list, and you say, I've just ordered a £500 kit, and then you're going to have to get in touch with them if it's a mistake.
I'll keep it and build it. Yeah,
that's the other option. Just keep it.
That's it.
Funnily enough, they like keeping your money at eModels. It's kind of a thing. In exchange for goods and services. Anyway, so serious stuff over now, Ted's back. But just be patient with them. Don't be foolish. Give them a chance. They're working their little fuzzy butts off. I don't know why I said fuzzy.
Yeah, too much info.
Yeah, I don't need to know that about.
Well, they're working like busy bees, and bees have fuzzy butts. So there you go. See, it's family friendly, nice and shiny.
So what's everybody been doing while we've been locked down here in the UK? As you know, for those that live across in other places, we've been locked down for the past 2 or 3 weeks now. So has everybody been building?
Ted's been doing gin.
Yeah, I've been doing gin.
Yeah,
I've now decided that I'll start doing live streams just on purely gin and whiskey tasting.
Oh yeah,
and then I might get sponsored by a distillery. You never know.
Yeah.
How is the Skipperton Brewery going, mate? You know, you've got your still set up now, haven't you?
Yeah, shush. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, shush.
Fumes and the smoke give it away.
Yeah, it's sort of we used to locate these like illegal distilleries and cannabis farms by massive rises in electricity and things like that. So the electricity bill has gone through the roof, but
you can say it's just because you're live streaming and you got lights on and stuff.
So I suppose you've been up in the loft. If India 99 were to fly over and see the loft, would you get a lot?
They got. I can hear the helicopter above me now.
The old heat sensor, or there's a heat source in that loft.
Yeah, search you with the heat sources.
You don't know with all those tiles behind Ted, or heat absorbing tiles. Like
any moment now, Foxx, they're going to come up sailing down through his roof as he gets swatted.
You know those little bottles of paint behind him.
Yeah, well, now you know where I've been. I've been fighting the SAE.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, you've been raided, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to knock at the door, so I had to go and shove everything behind secret panels. And,
when you say knock, Ted, is that with the big red key from the big blue van?
Yeah.
Anders has been asking, do we know if they get their delivery as normal at eModels? As you say, we don't work at eModels. We don't know much about what they're doing. They're still getting stuff in, obviously, because they're still getting stuff out. But I don't think it's normal. I don't think anything's very normal.
I don't think stock, but it won't be as easy for them to get stock as it has been so far, because people are experiencing the same problems all around the world. So getting stock from other people is going to be just as hard as
plus we have problems with imports and things at the moment because of other things. But
they still are open. They still are taking it. Assume that they're going to be there. Assume they'll take your order, and assume they'll get it to you. It might just take a bit longer. If there is a problem with your order, they will give you a shout. They'll contact you anyway.
And you'll always know what they've got in stock because the website updates live as to what they've actually got.
Absolutely.
So, as long as you've got it in your basket and you check it out, what do you have to do, Ted?
Yeah, that's not yours till you check it out.
What did they do before that?
Slap it in your basket.
And what did they type in?
What
did they type in?
I can't hear.
No, don't worry about that. You're asking too many questions. Gonna get
Oh,
confused.
Yeah. My brain's not working fast.
I did it. I did Ted bit.
Bold.
Bold with an H.
Oh, yeah. Put your order in bold.
But don't email them in capitals.
Yeah, don't email them. Don't send them cash.
Oh, right. Yeah, what else we got? So what? Yeah, I did ask what everybody else is building on the bench in the lockdown time. If you are building, I've been sort of doing a little bit more on the Titanic today.
Oh, is that what's behind you, Ted? That I didn't
Yeah,
quite
I
notice.
can't get on the bench. Yeah, it's getting there.
I want to zoom in a bit so we can see it because
it's not a difficult kit. It's going together. I can't move it because it's just too damn big.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult kit. It is fighting with me because it's just the logistics of doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's so big and trying to get it filmed and put pieces on and paint it the right colours and things like that. But
what Ted's saying is he's painting it with Tamiya paints and the slightest coat of regret.
See,
well, it's the first time Ted's done a build that's so big and huge and unwieldy, isn't
Yeah.
it? He's not used to doing that sort of thing.
That's true.
do you think that we've chose wisely, Chris, then, by doing the smaller kits like the ball tank, the small car, the small motorbike?
It's strange the way things work out, isn't it?
It is, mate.
Yeah, I just noticed there that 90,000 ostriches says Dora is still in stock.
Oh, there you go.
That was another one. Pete did ask, Ted, would you like to build Dora?
No.
Oh dear, you got that question, did you?
I got that question.
Yeah.
But I do recall you saying that you weren't going to do the Titanic as well.
I did say I was not going to do the Titanic as well.
Yeah, I seem to remember that one. But you can imagine it, couldn't you? You'd build Dora in the loft, and then you'd have that awkward moment when you think, right.
Yeah, well, there was a fashion at one time of people building boats in the bedroom, and I mean full-size boats. And then they'd have to take like the bedroom window out and the wall out and crane it out.
I did watch a film once, and I don't think it was a Pathé, but it was early 70s, early 80s, and it was like a nationwide type thing. And it was a guy who built a boat, like a steamer. And this thing was about 8 foot long, like full-scale model steamer, wood and everything and metal. And it was 8 foot long, and he built it in his flat, and he literally had to like knock walls out to get it.
I know that gentleman. I can't think of his name. I've met him a number of times. He comes from, I think he came from the Liverpool area. He built not just one, but 2 or 3 paddle steamers. Yeah, a paddle steamer in his house, and he sort of overtook the whole house. He had to like go underneath the hull to get in his living room, and then he had to climb over it to get into something like that. Yeah, he was a bit of an eccentric old gentleman, but he was a fantastic modeler, and the models he built were fantastic, brilliantly detailed, but huge.
Look it up. It's on YouTube.
Somewhere. I can't think of his name at the moment, but I had met him a couple of times at the model boat conventions and things like that.
Like 1/35th scale or some stupid crazy tramp steamer like 9, 10, 12
it was like 1 to 4 scale or something stupid like that.
Yeah, beautiful, but it's like literally had it like if that was the floor space of his apartment, of his flat above a shop, like literally it went from here to here. And there were walls knocked out, and he had to go under it. And this was about. He had to knock the front window wall out to get it out and crane it down. Fantastic. But yes, if the Dora is back in stock, don't forget that Dora is long out of print. So it's only the odd occasion when eModels manage to get one that they snag one and get it to you. So if you've been looking at getting that big 1/35th Dora, if you've got it in stock, snap it up while you can, because they may never get another one. They seem to keep finding them every now and then untouched and still boxed, but they're rarer than hen's teeth now. So if you've been looking to get one, snap it up as soon as you see it. They don't tend to stick around in store very long. So Ted, what do they do?
Slap it in your basket.
Yeah, there you go.
On that note, Warren Chambers says, I'm building for insane reason. I've got myself committed to the Munster, the 148th trumpeter U-boat.
Ted knows all about that.
That will take over your life.
Don't forget, though, if you're going to be like Ted, you've got to put a man sitting on the toilet with an iPhone in his hand.
That's it. Yeah, you can put some little Easter eggs in it. Like mine's got a picture of Pete in it, and eModel stickers and man with an iPhone and things like that. And there's another guy, I think he's got his sort of gym wear on with a pair of Nike trainers and things like that. So, yeah, put some little Easter eggs in. People will notice.
Scale Model News says, I was out of the hobby for 25 years, just dropped back in 3 years ago. Whenever I have a bit of cash, it gets spent on models. I'll admit, I hoard things and impulse buying is a thing. Not going to change there. No, we've all got stuff. We've all have flashes.
Yeah,
and we all sit there and say, I'm not going to buy no model kits this month.
Yeah.
Then we start building.
Yeah, when I started these live streams, I didn't have a stash. I do have a stash now. So, yeah.
We're all as guilty as starting a model and be like, I want to build this, and we start it and we see something and go, oh,
shiny.
And then we cover our neighbour's wife, and then it all goes wrong at that point. And then
that's it. I start a model like I've got the Scamel pie, the Matador just there.
Yeah.
And I bought that and I started building it thinking I'm going to put this on a diorama and I'm going to do this and I'm going to put all these things on it. And I'm halfway through it and I think, oh, that's nice shiny over there. Oh, I'll just finish this, put it on side, and then start.
I've been painting this Lehman Rush for about 2 months. It's just, yeah.
Graham M says, I feel a bit daft now. I thought you were talking about Dora the Explorer.
Hey! How do you know we weren't?
Yeah, exactly.
35th scale Dora the Explorer will be a lot of money. I think Sergeant Bones earlier on did say, if this pandemic goes for another 5 years, my stash might run out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using it as an opportunity to build me stash down almost because, you know, we all sat there and said, oh, I won't have more than 10 in my stash. Then it's more than 20. Then it's 30. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I've moved on to the bit now where I'm working my way through my stash. But the problem I've got then is I'm working my way through my stash because I've got no space. But now I've got nowhere to put the models that I've built.
Yeah.
So I've had to put some tidy boxes. So I'm getting them all built and then I'll stick them in the tidy box and I'll paint them. Painted. Don't know what I'm going to do at that point.
I'm sat here thinking as I'm looking around the room, I wonder if I could put a shelf up there. Would I have enough room to put a shelf on that I can get some of the models over there?
Then you've got to dust them. If they're not in a cabinet, you've got to then dust them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I couldn't put a cabinet in here unless it was that high, because any higher and it would have to stand out about because the roof's.
You put the cabinet downstairs. There may be negotiation required for such things, of course.
No, I wouldn't be allowed. My whiskey stash is only just allowed because it's hidden. But
Anders Ericsson says, I promise not to buy or build a 1/16th tank for the next 3 years. So when he finishes his current 1/16th tank, his next kit will be a 1/16th tank.
Deep tank.
Straight away,
was that me? Did somebody hear a buzzing?
No.
I did motorcycle.
I heard nothing.
I had a motorbike or someone go past. Either that or it's Chopper 99.
It might be them getting lower, yeah.
Radio 1.
Yeah, I can hear somebody shouting, go, go, go.
Yeah. Michael Jackerman's impatiently asking what's in store.
Yeah, about the what's in store. Fox, your shared screen seems to have disappeared. It's there, but it's empty.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just blame the buttons.
It's still there. Let me do a share screen again. Hang on.
It might have just gone to sleep, but
it could have done. You probably broke it for some reason.
That was probably Ted's fault. Yeah.
Ted, it's your fault.
Okay. Is it time for that then? Shall we go?
Should we watch it store? We may as well.
Yeah, it is a what's in store time. So
you're all set up. You can do your own terms and conditions as well, can't you?
Oh, I do all the work around here, don't I?
Nobody could do them as good as you, Fox. That's why
I'll do that, and then I'll get ready to do the other bit and bring it into the stream.
Just as well, then you didn't have the buttons this week because you'd have been doing all the things.
I don't mind doing it when I've got the buttons, but
that one. I want that one.
Nice
I'll put the timer on.
Anyway, there's no mug giveaway this week, so this is what's in store. This is where this week will go through a selection of fine items in the eModels store. There is a connection to all of them. There's a thread, a theme that runs through every single item. There's no red herrings. Now, sometimes we give away a mug to the first person that gets it right, but this week is a no mug guess. So what you want to do is watch all the items, in your mind and brain of thinking, try and figure out what the really not that hard theme is. Everybody on this group so far has got it wrong because they've overthunk it, really. Overthunk it massively. Don't overthink it. Try and guess what the theme is. Don't say in chat what the theme is until I come back at the end and you see my wonderful face and I say, what is the theme for today? Go. And then you can try and guess what the theme is. And the first person in chat to get the theme right will win an enormous bag of nothing. The finest nothing in all around.
This one I got earlier.
Yeah. You'll get a big box of nothing, and the box will also be made of nothing, and there'll be nothing in the box that the box is in.
But it may take you a while to get it because they're very busy.
Yeah, so it'll take a bit longer than normal for you to get you nothing, but it will be the finest nothing available. So
and if you see the DHP van drive past, you know it hasn't been delivered.
If you see the DHP van, ask them what DHP is.
Yeah, it's an amalgamation of all the delivery companies.
so yes, there will be a theme. Anyway, I've forgotten what I do. I do something now, Chris, or do you do it?
No, I do something. I do that.
I can go away from the thing now and look at my own screen, can't I? There we go. Right, can everybody see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
Okay, so the one thing, well, like I say, we're not giving anything away tonight for guessing. It's just you get the pride of, as EA would call it, a sense of pride and accomplishment. So there you go. So we're starting off with something that's behind the camera, so I can't see it. Hang on.
Yay!
It's the FX 122nd Avro Vulcan B2. Yes. Now this hasn't been released yet. It was due to release kind of now. Anytime it was winter 2020 to winter 2021. So it's any time from like November to now and to probably March or April. So I don't think it's been 100% confirmed when it's coming out. So at the moment it's still pre-orders, but this is the new release, the new tooling of the 172nd Avro Vulcan, which is massive. And I think this big, the big hot new release, I think earlier this year, that got overshadowed by the world being on fire.
Yeah.
They usually announce this at Telford, don't they?
Yeah.
I think
they announced this the year before.
I pre-ordered mine back in June 2020, but they did say that the world being on fire, there'll be possibly a 12-month delay.
Yeah. I did do my due diligence, and that's not something you can say after too many gins. I did my due diligence, but they don't do duvets. But what they do is on their website, they do say still winter 2020/2021. So
there were a lot of do's in that, Fox.
Hey,
yeah, they do. He even said doo-doo. I tried not to snigger, but I might have a little bit.
Yeah, he did say doo-doo.
But I'm doing it for Dad, because Dad likes this kind of stuff. Like, don't you, Dad? Hey, Accrington Stanley. Yes, Scaly Models likes his scousy bits. But yes, so it's the new release of the Avro Vulcan. It's approximately the size of your car, but a lot less effort than a cat. So yeah, and it's only $59.99. So the old kit was a well-known classic Airfix kit, but a bit of a dog. So this is the new release, so it should be rather pleasant. So give it a go, check it out, get it pre-ordered, and of course the guys at eModels will get that shipped to you as soon as it becomes available. So it's a pre-order. It does say they're pre-order, so keep that in mind. If you do pre-order it, or if you have pre-ordered it, as we were saying before, please don't email the guys and say, "Hey, when's it coming out?" Because they haven't got time to answer those emails. Just keep an eye on the website, if nothing else. So
keep an eye on the Airfix site. They'll tell you when it's coming out.
Yeah, they're all pretty much reliant on Airfix at the end of the day as to when
I looked up by just going into Google and putting Airfix Vulcan, and it was like, ping, there you go, winter 2020. There you go. Yeah. Right, so there you go. Lovely. Why are they out of focus? Asks William Rayborn. That might be.
I don't know. We're not. Have you tried cleaning your eyes or something? I don't know. It should be coming out nice and clear.
Yes, it might be Chris's end. It might be Chris's end, possibly. It's entirely Chris's fault, but yes. Anyway, there you go. So that's the FX 172nd Avro Vulcan. Next up, we have something unusual. I like the unusual ones. The Bronco Models 135th Versuchsflachwagen. I'll say that again. Versuchsflachwagen, 8.8 centimeters, flat 37, auf Sonderfahrgestell, which is the something flak wagon with special chassis. Sonderfahrgestell, special chassis. It's a big flat. It's an 88 on top of a tank, basically. I think it's
a gun tank.
Yes,
you've seen the boat tank. This is the gun tank.
Ted, that's a bit of Gunpla there. You're doing gun tank. You know that, don't you?
Is it?
That's a Gundam thing, a gun tank. Ted's gone on Gundam on us.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, so it's the Versuchsflachwagen auf Sonderfahrgestell, which I think it's a Panzer 4, I think, with an 88 on top. There's quite a few of these vehicles in World War II. The Germans kind of cobbled together like anti-flak weapons on tanks and things on the back of horses and things like that. And this is kind of unusual. It's a nice, unusual bit of subject. So if you like your German World War II armor or any World War II armor, this is something a bit different.
This probably shows that the guy that was in Germany during the war went on, and in his retirement he started designing Warhammer.
Sergeant Bones says, "Well done, Fox, on my German pronunciation of Versuchsflakwagen auf Sondergefachgestell." Well done, Fox, and by the way, that's a damn good kit. The 88 is from Dragon, and details are awesome. Yes. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, I've made the Tamiya 88, and it's a great kit. So those 88s, they are really big. It's a lovely kit. So give it a try. If you like your World War II armor, this is certainly something I've never seen before, not that specific variant. And it's nice the way the forces kind of cobbled these things together. So it's certainly be a bit unusual in your display cabinet. So check it. It's only 44 quid. I'm sure it'll be pretty good. I don't think there's any, no picture, no information.
Oh, you've got the delivery.
Yeah, I get that sometimes. I'm not going to ask James why his website's a bit weird right now.
No, not ideal time to do that.
So that was the Bronco Models Versuchsflakwagen auf Sonderfahrgestell special chassis. You're a special chassis, aren't you, Chris?
I'm still troubling with the theme. I can't. All of them words were foreign, so I don't know.
You're going to hate me when you get it. Right, next up we have
Sergeant Bond says he has that kit. Yeah, we look forward to seeing it built then, Sergeant Bond.
Ted. I read that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a conversation about that. About the Dragon 8. Moving on. Next up, we have the AK Interactive 2x1mm by 200 by 300. That's a lot of dimensions. Cork sheets, fine grade. Now, you might be thinking, well, what cork sheets for? I'm not building a re-entry capsule. You see what I did there? Bit of space stuff. But you will be surprised how useful cork actually is. Because cork crushed up makes great gravel and texture for bases, for dioramas, and especially like miniature bases or any kind of diorama. It looks like brick rubble if you crunch it up. It looks like if you're doing like a World War II tank in a bombed out building, or if you're making a little miniature on a little figure base and you want some crushed up brick dust, it just looks like crushed up brick.
Also equals scale asphalt, and you can do rocks with it, little boulders and things.
So cork is a really, and it's not often you see it available in thin sheets like this. It's 2x1, it's 2 times 1 by 2 by 3. It's 300 by 200, 1mm thick. So it's worth a go, and especially if you're doing miniatures, they're really great little textures. But yeah, check it out. Not much more to say about that. It's sheets of cork, $3.99. 2 sheets of the cork. There you go. Plus, it tastes delicious. It doesn't.
It's really a corking good price as well, mate.
Is it possible to be banned from your own show? I don't know.
I can mute him.
There's a distinct possibility that it can happen. Yeah.
So that's the AK Interactive certain dimension cork sheets. Next up, talking of space, we have the Dragon Apollo 172nd Lunar Approach. Apollo. I'll start that again. I'll read all the words in the right order this time. The Dragon 172nd Apollo 11. I don't know why there's an apostrophe. Lunar Approach. And this is, of course, it's just the Columbia, the Lem, and the Eagle. You don't get the moon, obviously. There have been various kits of this in the past. It's a fantastic, great kit. It's a wonderful subject to practice your shiny metallics on, because the Columbia was super shiny. It was like a mirror. It was like a real polished. It wasn't chrome, but it was like real polished aluminium, wasn't it? For coating on the outside.
Yeah.
So it was super reflective. So what's not to like? It's Ted's Caravan. It's Ted's Caravan.
Super shiny.
So you can imagine Ted sat in that having his cup of tea on the shores of in Morecambe Bay.
Yeah, that's it. Can you hear rockets?
For those that don't know, Ted calls his mobile home the Lem.
The Lem, yeah, because it's lunar, because it's made by Luna and it's an expedition module. So it's the Lem.
Now, there have been a lot of kits of things like the Lem and Columbia and things in the past. Some of them have been great, some of them have been absolute garbage. But Dragon, as we know, make really good kits. So you can have a good time with this. You can have a lot of fun with the metallics. I don't know if you get gold foil for the gold foil bits. I do not know that. It doesn't actually say on the box. It's only 1/72. It's not.
Could always get yourself some sheets of gold leaf or something like that, couldn't you, to do the finish?
Yeah, or you could buy a whole mass of like 5-year-old boxes of Quality Street when they used to come with the gold foil.
Oh yeah.
Like get some vintage, and then throw the chocolate away because it'll be minging by now. But you could do that. That'd be stupid.
and using the red cellophane for lenses and things like that.
Yeah. You're a lens. But yeah, so check it out. It's a classic. It's a classic subject. Dragon do very good kits. You probably don't with this. I wish there was more information to give you, but there isn't. But yeah, $49.99. You'll have a good job with that. So there you go. It's the Dragon 172nd Apollo 11 Lunar Approach. Yes. Next up, we have the Ted. Who is this? It's the
Superbug.
No,
Edward.
That's the one. The
Edward.
The Edward 148 Boeing FA-18E Super Hornet Superbug limited edition. It's a plane. It's got a shark mouth, and
shark mouth.
Seeing the picture in the corner of the box of the Hornet made me realise how weird it is that these animals attack with their butts. I've never really thought of it before until I was like, yeah, imagine being a creature that your entire attack is with your butt. It's kind of weird when you think about it. Anyway, yes, 148 scale is going to be quite big. It looks fantastic. I know nothing about modern fighter planes to give any information of any value, but it's Edward, and it's going to have a lot of stuff going on. I suspect it probably has oodles and oodles of photo etch. There's all little dangly straps from the bombs to say, "Don't drop this. It's live, you numpty."
It's exactly what they say. Yeah.
I would do say that. I'm going to guess and go out on a limb and say there's probably an oodles of photo etch in it, because Edward. You can see there from the cockpit shots, there's a whole ton of detail. Just buy it. Just get it. Look at the dangly all that detail. I suspect they're probably paper decals or paper things, aren't they?
Yeah, I think what you being Edward, it'll be photo etch. There'll be photo etch removed before flight. So
looks like a little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean, I've looked at a few Edward kits on the site, and Edward tend to have like 1 or 2 sprues rather than all the sprues. Unless this has got like 1 sprue, which is highly unlikely. So there's a little bit of photo etch there, but I suspect you'll get photo etch for the cockpit details and probably for some.
You've got no sprues, but you've got some fantastic detail.
Yeah, you've got all the decals you'll ever want, but you'll have to make your own plastic kit. But they do give you the canopy. Yeah, so check. And they look like resin bits down there as well. Are they resin? They could be resin parts. I don't know.
They look like it, don't they?
Yeah, you get all kinds of things. Well, the thing is, it's a premium price, so I guess you're going to get quite a lot for this. So Edward are known for their quality aircraftings. So yeah, absolutely check it out. It looks rather good. And it is a limited edition, which normally suggests with Edward, you get a load of extra stuff that you don't normally get, like, for example, the resin bits. So do go and check that out. It's the Edward 148 Boeing. I know it's not Boeing. FA-18E Super Hornet Superbug limited edition. And I don't like that green decal down the side. That looks cheesy. I don't like it. It's Americans for you, in it. Next along, we have something practical. We have the Spraycraft replacement filter for SP3512 spray booths. Don't let that put you off. It fits pretty much spray booth.
Yep. And if it's too big, you can trim it to size because it's easy.
Yes.
It's a squishy strip of foam. If you've got the spray booth, the generic spray booth that folds up into a little box and you can carry it around, we've all got the same spray booth. This is the filter for it.
Yeah, I'll fit my spray booth as well. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a generic filter. A lot of people realise that eModels do sell all this kind of stuff. So it's nice to show it every now and then. Because the one thing you forget when you're doing airbrushing, when you've got a spray booth, is, oh yeah, I needed a whole mess of filters because I've only got one. And I've had it for 6 years and now I'm dying of miner's lung. So yeah, get yourself some filter packs. They'll last you about 6 months. They're not cheap, but they do last you a good 6 months with heavy use, maybe a year if you do occasional spraying. But you do need them, so make sure you stock up on. I've got about 4 stored away.
Yeah, I've got a reserve now because
I think I've got a massive roll of it as well. It's like 10 foot long, which will last me for like 100 years. So, yeah, but there you go. That's the kind of spray booth they go with. Sell the spray booths as well. There you go. If you wanted a spray booth, massive tube. You're getting a free extra item in your what's in store. I can't get back to the other one now. Oh. It will get back to them. There you go. So there you go. Filter for your spray booth. Last of all, you knew it was coming. Games Workshop. Gene Stealer Cults, Atalan Jackals. Yeah. Gene Stealer Cults are the corrupted humans that serve the Tyranids, enemies of the Imperium of Man, and they have some awesome sort of Mad Max style vehicles going on. And the Atalan Jackals are motorbikey based. There should be more photo. This is weird. When I looked at this before, there were extra photos. I don't know why there are not more photographs. There you go.
Refresh and drag.
Yeah, so there you go. So you get the quad bike there with all the stuff on the back. There's loads of explosives, and you get these 4 dudes riding along on the crest
He's
of
riding a bit fashiony.
Yeah, the bloke there in a space helmet. Loads of
wheelie.
insane detail. They're beautiful kits. If you've never made a Games Workshop, just give it a go. Even if you don't want to play the game, they're still beautiful. There's the Ridge Runner in the background, Chris, in that photograph.
Yeah, mine don't look like that.
Yeah, you're making that. Comes on 2 sprues. Beautiful detail. Great fun to brush paint. And just really fun and nice to look at. And tons of detail. Loads of extra bits and bobs. You can have a great fun brush painting those. Absolutely delightful. And it's just kind of an unusual subject and nice and fun. So that's everything. So I shall run through them again before we get going. We have the FX Vulcan B2 pre-order. We have the Bronco Models Versuchflakwagen auf Sonderfahrgestell. Special
chassis.
Special chassis. I can't say special chassis. It's hard to say. Just try it. Try saying special chassis. Go on, try saying it. Go on, Ted, say special chassis.
Special chassis.
Go on.
Special
chassis.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. Special chassis.
I just
Special chassis.
Special chassis. I just find Sonderfahrgestell much easier.
Chassis special.
Yeah. We have the AK Interactive cork sheet.
Cool.
The Dragon 172nd Apollo 11 Lunar Approach. We have the Edward 148 Boeing Super Hornet Superbug. Don't know why I said it like that. We have the Spraycraft replacement filter for your spray booth of all types. And we have the best of all of them, of course, the Games Workshop Gene Stealer Cult of Atalan Jackals. So there we are. I shall return to the place of things. I shall stop sharing and I shall say...
You might need to keep sharing to go back and explain yourself.
Go back and share that again, because I knew that.
Have you stopped sharing it now?
Go back and say, what was the theme? Go.
I've still got no idea.
I think we're going to batter him with a wet mitten after this.
Yeah, I thought I knew, but then it...
We're not getting any answers. I think we may have broken everybody. Keep in mind, of course, we see the chat differently. We see the chat that YouTube gets. You won't necessarily be the first person. Nobody's answering. And the first answer, I'm afraid to tell you guys, is absolutely correct. Clark gets it absolutely right with the alphabet.
Oh, you're having a bubble.
but no, hang about. Right, I'm sharing your screen again.
No. I'm not having that. I ain't having that.
Go on, explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself, young lady. Right, shall we explain yourself? I told you you wouldn't like it. They're all overthinking it. Like, is it monsters? Is it fish? Right, the Airfix starts with A.
Oh, what?
Bronco Models starts with...
Oh, yeah.
B.
Look at the post-it.
AK Interactive starts with A again.
Cork.
Yeah, AK Interactive starts with A.
I find a manufacturer that started with C, bizarre. Dragon, D.
Oh, my
Edward,
God.
E. Filter, F. Games Workshop, G. So simple.
Didn't have S there for spoon, did you, mate?
So next week it'll be HIJKL.
Next week will be the rest of the alphabet.
Chris, are we having this?
Unfortunately, Foxx seems to have dropped off the stream again.
Oh, well, it's killed. Yeah, so there you go. So well done, Clarky. Was it Clarky? Who won? I've forgotten now.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Clarky.
Well done, Clarky.
E1N.
It just shows that Clarky's brain works in probably the same way that Fox's does.
Well, Paul Lyons got it right as well, second one, but nobody else has.
Yeah. Stuart Tucker says gin. That could be near enough.
I did say when these guys, because when we do this in our chat, we're setting up during the day, whoever's doing the what's and stuff puts a list of all the items, and then the other guys have a chance to guess. And they're all, and I'm like, you're overthinking it. Not as hard as it.
I do have trouble putting my brain in Foxx mode.
Yeah, I do think Colin came close when he mentioned before that you took the first letter out of each description and put them all together. And
I mean, the rest would have been easier if I could have found a manufacturer that began with C and F. That was the tricky bit because I couldn't find a manufacturer that began with C or F. So I had to go for
Andy at Mayhem Metal Works is saying you're a git, Foxx. That is more tenuous than one of Chris's.
No, because I didn't expect you to go and read the descriptions.
No, I like it, but I'm not happy with it.
Needed a decoder wheel to understand.
Are you gonna next week, Ted? Are you gonna bring a little bit more professionalism
next
and
week
authority to this?
it will be serious, and it will be it will be intelligent, and yes.
Oh my God! Can we record this?
Yeah, you said it on the internet. You're knackered now.
I don't know. I just can't get the stuff.
Yeah, that's well. Yeah.
How did Foxx miss Citadel?
Honestly, I give you an easy one and everybody complains. They get a hard one, everybody complains.
Oh, mate,
Citadel aren't a brand anymore.
Hey?
Yeah.
What?
Philly said, "How did you miss Citadel?" But Citadel are Games Workshop now.
Yeah, but I could have done the Citadel paints, I suppose. I could have done that for
Yeah. But you picked on me last week for mine, saying that mine were tenuous, and then you come and do that.
Yours required reading words and things.
Don't know. We got to figure out a punishment, haven't we?
No.
Pete Rogers said, Ted, next week we could learn how to count. That's a good idea. Yeah, how to.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, we have one Airfix kit. Now we have two Airfix kits. Three Airfix kits. Fox's punishment should be the Revell shuttle.
Yeah. I think we need to send in the shuttle and boost the rocket set. Yeah.
People can buy me whatever they want. Doesn't mean they're going to make it.
But we'll tell your mum that you're refusing to build it, and she'll come in and tell you you've got to.
Because I'll just say, "Who makes you brews?" and she'll go,
"Yeah, but we're Mama Fox's favourites."
Yeah, but I make her brews.
Yeah, but we'll just tell her you're making the brews out of them 20-year-old tea bags.
Yeah, good shout, Chris. Good shout. I like your thinking.
She'd know that. She'd be all over that. Wrong tea. She'd know.
Good. Yeah. Honestly, well, next week. Yeah. Well, next week it'll be back to normal, and it'll be up to me to.
Next time it's going to involve.
I think what will happen next week is we'll have a quiz.
Bear in mind, though, Ted, you say return to normal next week, but the bloke next year's got the buttons, isn't he? Yeah,
I can see us going round and round next week.
Yeah, I can see the buttons the following week being returned to gross, can't you?
I press buttons like this is how I press buttons. When I used to work in the call centre, I'd be like, typing now. Never got any work done, but they couldn't find me because of tenure. So yeah, next time I do what's in store, then it'll involve like fractions or a Fibonacci sequence or something. You just watch. If you
I hope so.
I'll get me revenge.
Oh, that'll be right up Chris's
like
street. Yeah.
No, what I shall do, I shall be scheming and thinking from tonight until next week. And then by next week, I will totally have forgotten about it and leave it till about 6:30 in the evening when I'll choose to watch it.
Now you'll get it all organised and set up, and then 4 of them will go out of stock.
Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, and I still won't pick any products until about 6:30.
Like, Ted, it's your what's in store in 10 minutes. We're going live. Oh, crap.
Yeah, found them. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right. What else have we got? Anything else to do?
No, I think we're done.
Nope, no giveaway. Not this week.
Can't think of anything.
While the guys are getting absolutely hammered with orders, it may be in the coming weeks that we maybe don't do as many giveaways as well, just to try and ease the pressure off on the guys.
Yeah, that's it. Because not only do they have to send the mugs out, but every other week they get 2 orders because they get the mug and the kit, and it has to go out together because that's the way it falls, really.
I will speak to James, mate, and see if we may even stop doing the what's in store for a little while because they do see orders pick up.
Well, we did during the last lockdown, didn't we? We paused it for a bit, and it might be an idea to sound James out and see if that'll help him. Mate.
So it was just
Look at Ted smiling, Fox. Look at him. He's like, oh yeah.
It was just a jest. We can ask the people in the chat now. It was just mentioned in jest before, but we did say we could have a quiz next week. Do the guys in chat? Do they think we want a quiz next week?
No, it's Ted's what's in store. It will always be Ted's what's in store next week.
I promise. I'll just put my what's in store on hold. I think
no, Ted, you're not sneaking out of it, mate. You know,
Don't
you've got
try
to take
to-
your punishment like the rest of us.
Yeah, don't.
See, Mayhem Model Works says quiz already, but they're already popping up. Get
But
one
it-
store and hold and do some quiz instead.
It would
so-
make more sense to end after you, because then we know if we're starting afresh, it'll be starting from Chris, then me,
Yeah,
then Fox.
And
then
just
you.
keep in mind, if somehow Ted manages to weasel his way out of it, that means Chris is going to do Guinness Book of Records questions.
Yeah.
Because it's a new. I haven't got the New Year's book yet. I'll have to make sure I order that.
Yeah, but Skylar's
2021 edition.
got it. I could borrow Skylar's.
So, do you want Ted to do what's in store, or do you want Chris's world record questions?
Yeah, it's got to be what's in store, mate. Got to think of the viewers as well. If they're on lockdown and we do another quiz, they're going to shoot us.
Yeah.
We'll think of something. I'll probably do what's in store next week.
Probably.
Probably. He says, yeah.
Probably.
I can feel Mrs. Ted writing him a note as we speak. Dear eModels.
Hello. Can you hear me? I can't get my microphone. I can't get my camera.
Ted's
working.
internet's going to break next week at about 10 to 8.
The camera don't work with this mask on. Dear points of view.
Paul Lyon says,
an
personally,
AMA,
if it will help the guys, then I think we should put it on hold after next week.
After next week, yeah. After
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll come to agreement. I'll do my what's in store for you next week.
An amusing little story, by the way. I should point out that Mama Fox went for her injection a few weeks ago, and I kid you not, in all genuineness, one of the nurses said something, and she went, "Sorry, I can't hear you with this mask on."
Actually, I don't know if that applies to Colin. It does get like that. People wearing masks, you can't hear them.
I know what she meant. It's the way she said it was like.
And it's a difficult one as well, Ted. He's like, I'm learning to lip read or trying to. And again, with masks, you won't be able to do that, will you? So, yeah.
I
You
find
didn't just say that, did you?
No. Yeah, I find great difficulty. Yeah. Anyway, it's about time we wrapped it up for this evening. I think we've done everything. We've had a bit, sorry a bit of the bit of a hiatus halfway through, but we did get.
Retro Rabbit does a Simpsons reference and says, "You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel."
You could do what's sold. Pete Rogers says we could do what's sold out.
This week we've got Dora, and Dora.
We can just do a what's in store, but please don't buy anything.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just do the most expensive what's in store? That'd be great.
They won't mind packing that
We
up.
can always go through the categories on their website, can't we? And give people an in-depth look at what models they've got and things like that.
This week's theme is the stuff you can't afford. Yeah.
Because it's almost as if it's a modelling show then, isn't it?
Yeah,
well,
we wouldn't want to do that to people.
Next week, most expensive things in store. People think it will end up that people will say, "We've had a bumper
Yeah.
session last night. We're shut now for a week."
Yeah, we're all in Tenerife now for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Not that we are. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I bought an eModels jet.
eModels yacht.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, it's about that time that we wrapped up for this evening. It's been another fun, fact-filled night tonight. I hope we've learned something. Hope we've had a bit of fun. Hope we've chilled out a bit of time out from whatever's going on around you in the world. And we thank you all for joining us. It's been great to have you along and having your company. But don't forget, if you are out there in Chatland and you didn't join in chat, come along next week at the same time, same channel, 9 o'clock. That's us, eModels, eModels.co.uk. Find us on YouTube, like and subscribe down there somewhere. Below you, Chris. Yeah. Like and subscribe.
You got the email address above you if they want to contact us.
It's up there somewhere, I think.
Don't forget, guys, if you've got any non-urgent questions like how do I paint this, or what's the best product, or when will this be in stock, please try not to mail the guys at eModels. If it's a how do I do something question, feel free to go to my group, Modelmakers Boom Hut, which is facebook.com/groups/Model Boom Hut. Become a member. There's 4,000 guys in there and girls in there that will help you answer any question, any hobby question they can help you with, rather than mail the guys, because they just don't have time at the minute. They've got to get the orders packed and picked.
Cool. Yep. So we'll leave it now. We'll wish everybody well. The guys at eModels keep doing it for us. But anyway, like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. But thanks for that. Thank Chris. Time to press the button if it still works.
It might work. We'll find out in a minute.
Press buttons like this.
Bye all.
Bye,
Adios,
everyone.
See you later, folks. One there you go.
Good day. Yeah, press the button.